The teams return the next morning to review their evidence.
Anything good?
And to help both teams, Zach has brought in tech expert Billy Tolley. He'll present the 4 most compelling pieces captured during the competition, 2 audio and 2 visual.
It's judgment time.
We didn't come here to lose.
I'm not nervous. We kick ass.
This is all about pride, respect, credibility. Judges, that was one active night. You guys ready? Ready. Let's bring the teams in. Paranormal Expeditions. How you guys doing?
I'm good.
Patrick Burns, he's gonna let you know how you did right now. How'd they do in history, Patrick?
Ladies, I thought you did really well on your history. You were hitting on the right spots. You were going to locations like Nurse Emma's room and trying to make contact with her. So you did your research and you knew what you were up against. I was really impressed.
Thank you.
How well did they do as a team?
As a team, I thought they had a lot of fun, which is very important as an investigator. And
Fun to watch, you know,
fun to watch, entertaining.
Technology is another category, and how well you used all the thingies that were given to you.
The thermal thingy, the beepy thingy. But what I did like and what I did notice is that you seemed to know how to use the device. You turned the PX device on and you immediately knew to scroll through all the way to the last page to set the sensitivity on it. Whatever was going on, it seemed to be following you all over the place.
I think a spirit at Rolling Hills had a little crush on you. Rachel, do you have audio evidence to show us?
Absolutely.
Okay.
The first one, we were in the hallway outside of the morgue. We set the digital recorder down, and as soon as we set it down on the ground, a male voice was present.
Play it, Billy. Let's listen again.
I'd like to see just before where that "I hear help me" right there.
Yeah.
Okay. Very nice on that.
Rachel, do you have a second piece of audio evidence?
Yes, we do. In Nurse Emma's room, I asked her if she minded being referred to as stern. You hear a patient struggling with what sounds like a female nurse, followed by a patient saying, "Don't touch me again."
What the?
Wow.
Yeah.
We didn't hear that.
I didn't hear it either while I was monitoring.
Please play this again. Were you able to decipher any message it was saying?
Don't you ever do that.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Don't you ever do that?
Yeah, don't you
Yeah.
ever do that. That jumps out.
Oh, I just got scared again.
Very nice catch.
Wow. Rachel, do you have 2 pieces of visual evidence to present to the judges?
Yes.
What is the first piece?
The first piece was in Nurse Emma's room. I was asking her questions about being German. I'm German. And behind me, you'll notice 6 orbs form in a cluster and start shooting all over the place. Please land over. That's about all the German I know.
Judges, would you like to see a replay?
Yes, please.
Please land over. That's about all the German I know.
Rachel, do you have a second piece of visual evidence?
Yes, we do. Second piece is from the room that the organ was in. Tina reacts suddenly, like something hits her, and then all of a sudden a bunch of visuals come up around her. So just something flying in front of your face.
Yeah, I feel something. You do?
Can you point on the screen where we're going to be seeing this, please?
So right there in front of her.
Yeah, it was there.
1, 2, 2.
Oh, I just saw another one. Oh my God, there's another one. Oh my God, they're all around there.
Judges, do you have any questions?
My final question for you would be, with all of the evidence that you reviewed, would you say that you feel that you've presented us your 4 best examples of evidence?
I would say yes.
Paranormal Expeditions, thank you very much.
Thank you. Thanks, guys.
Resident Undead, please come on up. Adam, Daniel, Jim, you guys ready to hear how the judges felt you did in all the categories? And the winner for Paranormal Challenge, Rolling Hills Asylum, is...
Paranormal Expeditions has delivered their audio and visual evidence to the judges.
What the...
Wow.
Yeah.
Now it is resident undead paranormal's turn to show their evidence.
You guys ready to hear how the judges felt you did in all the categories?
We've been waiting for it.
Okay. Gary Golka, how'd they do in history?
Well, I thought they matched up their locations with the facts very, very well. They did do a very good job with history and pinpointing those locations along with the actual individuals.
Teamwork. How well did they work together as a team, Gary?
It was clear to me that you guys had a very specific strategy in place. It was clear and evident that as a group leader, Adam, you were very pronounced. You were the kingpin on that shoot. I would like to see a little bit more from Jim.
Technology was another category. One of the pieces of equipment was a millimeter that he designed. How well did they use that?
Generally speaking, it was good. You've got a very specialized piece of gear there that was designed specifically for the show. You would have needed to learn how to use that a little bit better.
Evidence, the part we're all waiting for. Do you have 2 pieces of audio evidence to present to the judges?
Absolutely. The first clip was captured as we left the morgue down on the west wing.
What are we going to be hearing?
You are hearing me say, "Come to us," and then a female voice says, "I am here."
Billy, play it. Play it again, Billy.
It's a little hard to make out, I think, through the speakers. I'll be honest with you.
Were you holding the DVR in your hand at the time?
Yes. I had it, extended out.
Okay.
Do you have a second piece of audio evidence?
This clip is by far the most romantic EVP I have ever captured to date.
Romantic?
Romantic. It was captured in the Christmas room. The EVP that was captured was, "Kill him now, or I'm gonna get him."
And that's romantic?
Yeah.
Some circles.
Okay.
Can you please highlight that area, Billy? You're allowed to present 2 pieces of visual evidence. Do you have one?
Yes. We were leaving the morgue again. We captured an orb exiting Dan's head, and as it exits his head, he kind of does a little shake off. There.
Yeah.
This is when you were standing with your arms extended
Pause
and
the
you were
video.
pushed, correct?
This was after that, yes.
Okay, right afterwards, where you're just shaking your head from the initial push down the step.
I was on an adrenaline high, I'm not going to lie, but one thing we've been trained to do is really, after an experience, calm down, compose yourself, and move on to the next scene.
Adam, do you have a second piece of visual evidence?
Yes. The second piece of evidence was captured in one of the side rooms very close to the morgue. What you will see, actually, I'll let it speak for itself.
Billy, pull the picture up.
What you want to focus on is actually this area. Notice the silhouette right here.
What does intrigue me is that where there are lines in the bricks, the shadow is actually in front of, and it's covering those spots.
Can you point out the details?
We're seeing a silhouette. I'm seeing a head here. I'm making out a shoulder. And if you really analyze it, you can see the arm hanging here, possibly a belt, and he's maybe crouched or sitting in this position here.
Do you feel this is your 4 most solid pieces of evidence from all the evidence that you had?
Yes, sir.
Resident Undead, Paranormal Expeditions, thank you very much. You may be released at this time, and we will call you back shortly after we are done deliberating. Thank you.
Resident Undead clearly had a game plan going into this investigation before they got here.
I think I was most impressed with how Resident Undead did their EVP sessions. Very good example of how to do an EVP session.
For the record, I just thought I heard an "I'm here."
Paranormal Expeditions is...
When the girls started getting personal experiences, they kept it together. Plus, all of them took an opportunity to shine.
Paranormal Expeditions, 2 minutes into their investigation, they dropped both of the digital voice recorders on the floor.
Let's get the EVP out right away because I'm hearing stuff.
The ladies constantly got the technical terminology wrong, paranormal expeditions, calling it the thermal thingy, the beepy thingy.
I can forgive not knowing the name of the equipment, as long as when you have it in your hand, you know how to use it. And the girls knew how to use every piece of equipment, and they employed it. I was bothered by Adam breaking up equipment in somebody else's location to create handmade dowsing rods.
And not even knowing how to use it.
Right, not even sure how to use the equipment. Audio evidence, the girls seem to really have a much stronger piece of evidence.
By far. That one piece of audio blew me the away.
Now, on the other side of things, Zach, video or photographic evidence, the girls supplied us with dust orbs.
The figure that Resident Undead captured on full spectrum still camera, I think is quite impressive. I can see what appears to be a guy sitting kind of slouched over in a white coat with his arms out. So we got to announce a winner sometime before midnight. Jesus. We're split. We have a split decision. After nearly an hour of deliberations, we have finally chosen a winner, and that was a tough one. All right, let's go greet the teams.
You know, we're pretty common with the evidence. There's some tough judges, though. They are the real deal.
They're going to make the right decision, go with Resident Undead.
We are extremely excited to find out the outcome. We were pretty confident with what we presented today.
Teams, this is one of the hardest decisions that we've ever had to make.
Yeah, it almost came to blows between judges during this decision-making.
But there can only be one winner. And the winner for Paranormal Challenge, Rolling Hills Asylum, is... Resident Undead. Congratulations, guys.
Thank you, Zach.
Thanks, guys. You guys were kick-ass. This was so freaking hard. This was, no question, the hardest decision that we've had on Paranormal Challenge. You know, the judges and myself, we were all getting ready to start throwing elbows. That's how neck and neck it was. There it is, another Paranormal Challenge. Where are we coming to next?